all, what you're seeing on screen now is an intelligence copilot that we have built using AI that will help a relationship manager real time. So in a real time, a relationship manager does a lot of things, talking to customer, memorizing things, keeping track of things, having a follow-up notes, remembering conversations from his previous sessions as such. So the copilot that we have built will really help a relationship manager real time with all of these tasks. So in the dashboard, as you see, if he is an authenticated customer, we will already have his profile showed up on the board. So for the next conversation, manager can just select his profile and then go ahead with the conversation. If he's a real new customer, this copilot really helps onboard that customer with basic minimum details. And when you can just say start session, it will take you to a screen. Let me start with one of this authenticated flows first. So if you see this person, I have tried quite a lot of times. So you see 7 signals on the file. That means we have 7 sessions with Michael Thompson and 1 session with Sarah, 3 sessions with Sarah. It says 3 signals on the file, and I have not tried anything with this customer as such. This is just a profile created, and I'll just try with Robert James for now. Okay, and you see you'll have a start listening button as such, so which will when you say start listening, it will transcript the conversation that happens between the manager and the customer, and it will give you a huge output as such. And then you can just say analyze, and then you'll see the real magic happening. I would like to move to suburbs next year with my wife. You see the analyze button here. So when I just click analyze button, now the first agent that you see is intent detection agent. So it will really bring the intent of the customer conversation that happened, that we are indicating a potential need for mortgage or a home financing services. Okay, so if you see next agent that got triggered is the profile matching agent. Okay, so it will try to match on whatever is from the intent. It will try to match what we can really match for that one. So if you see, it says retired executive with conservative risk profile may prefer downsizing or relocation financing with equity based solutions rather than traditional mortgages. So it will try to match based on his profile. Okay, then based on his profile, it will try to match on what we have to suggest for that customer. And next is the insight generation agent, as you see. Okay, so insight generation agent gives some insight on what can we do for that customer. So it says suburb location, financial options available, retirement cash flow optimization opportunity, whatever. Okay, next is the memory agent. So this copilot is not stateless. So what it does is that it keeps track of the conversation that it has. So now it will save the conversation. You see meeting number 1. So it says that this is the first meeting, and then we are saving the conversation of this customer into the database. And then if it is an already customer, you're just having one more conversation with him, it will read the history from the customer from the database, and then basically based on this conversation as such, then it will gives a suggestion based on his discussion or based on his profile. Now it says planning to relocate, currently married and make joint housing decisions, considering geographic move from current location. This memory agent is a champ that keeps a track of the conversation in memory. Okay, and next is the output generation agent. So this is finally the output. It does all of this. The output generation agent does all of this. If you see the right hand side, CRM, actions, cross-sell, email. So what this output generation agent does is it will give you all of this CRM notes. This is a CRM notes as such. Actions on what he has to do, schedule a pre-approval consultation, equity analysis, whatever he has to do in the next week. Cross-sell is like it will really suggest if there are any cross-sell opportunities for that customer as such. And in this email is the content that the customer has to drop. RM has to drop to the customer. based on that session. So this is the real time orchestration where you can see 5 agents getting fired, where each agent's output is an input for another agent. So this is a real time demonstration, and that this really helps RM with all of his daily activities.